main conversation for the day. But before we do that, make sure you do yourself a favor. Reach down, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, the Charles Coleman Podcast, whether you are catching us on YouTube, whether you are listening to us wherever podcasts are streamed. We are your new home for Black Brilliance. Like, share, subscribe. So I got both of y'all on the couch today. I got the brothers. We running the triangle offense. And I thought about this because it's been a conversation that, not for any particular reason other than I think it's important for us as men to be able to demonstrate certain vulnerabilities, I did want to have. Men and heartbreak. It's commonplace for people to joke and be like, who hurt you? And then like for some dudes, like it'd be like, do you really want to know? Because I could tell you a story.
Right.
A long one. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily something that there's any roadmap to do. I remember, I think I joked with, I had G on the couch and we were talking about a particular celebrity and how she just put everything out after her divorce. Well, we've made it acceptable for women to grieve in public spaces and sort of get their reaction and their sympathy. But for men, we've all seen our friends go through it, but there's like never necessarily any real roadmap other than like, yo, man, shut up. Let's go to these strippers. Like, you know, like, so what is the roadmap? Is there a roadmap?
I don't think there's a map, but I think we are on the road.
What does that mean?
So,
Word.
So as men, and we've talked about this on this couch, men are now becoming more vulnerable about their feelings and what they've gone through with other men. It is happening, right? Okay. So that's what I'm saying. We're on the road. But that's just like generally our feelings, whether we're stressed out with work, life, this, that, and the third, right? Mm-hmm. I think eventually we'll get to that point where it's commonplace where we can kind of express ourselves about heartbreak. I think we do express ourselves about things that we go through with our significant others. Yeah. Heartbreak, whether it's for a man or for a woman, there's still a lot of shame behind it, right? You feel...
That's a good... You know I've never even considered it in that way.
Yeah, it's shame in either the fact that you were rejected, or for a lot of men, our heartbreak comes almost like as a boomerang for breaking our significant other's heart.
It's a grief.
Right. So it's like, oh my God. Like,
and also shame at, in some ways, failure.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So as men, you don't process it like, I failed at this.
Yeah. Like I can tell you this right now. And all of my life, the moments of heartbreak, my maximum number is 2 dudes that I know that know about my, it's never going to be like, fellas, we need to sit down or whatever. It's like at max 2. And usually 1 out of 2 is just circumstantial. You just happen to be there at the time. Happen to be there.
When you open your mouth about something that you think you're the only person in the world dealing with, you be in a room with like 3 other dudes, they'd be like, oh yeah, I went through that in 88. And they'd be like, oh, that happened to me in 92. You'd be like, I'm not the only one. Wow. And now you have a different sort of space to explore that or something similar. It's easy for us to have the C word conversation. Yeah, she was crazy. She was doing crazy stuff. Like, that's easy. Yeah. We'll do that, but we're not as ready to admit this crazy girl that you said is crazy broke your heart. Like, and you want her back too. Like, that's the other part too. Everything you said, you still not ready to leave. Or you weren't ready for her to leave or whatever. And I think that can be confusing. Yeah. And a lot of men don't know what to do with it.
But is that our space?
Is what our space?
I'm sitting here thinking about the conversation, right? Because we all like and respect one another, we're willing to, CEO, if you got something you want to talk about, I got an unbiased ear for you. I'll sit there and listen to you, right? But is that a real space for us? Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, outside of the beat down of what we're going through, there is no place, right? That men could just say, yo, you know what? This week, this is what I want to talk about. This is what's on my mind.
Well, I think the space is as real as you make it. Well, like, if you know what I'm saying? Like,
but then who's invited to this space? Because to me, like when we use the word shame, that struck a different chord for me, because men, most things that don't work in our favor, we view as failure, right? And to me, that's an unbalanced way of thinking, right? Sure. Which is fine, right? But in that, right, in that level of vulnerability, you want to be able to cultivate that room, that who you want to be that vulnerable with. You get what I'm trying to say? So then now we every time we meet, we talking about the new heartbreak or the new failure or
hopefully not. So it's twofold. I think that you have to identify yourself to whomever it is you're comfortable with, right? In saying like, yo, listen, I feel like you kind of down bad right now, or whatever. Maybe you don't say that, but like, I feel like you might be going
Let's
through
use
it.
that example.
I feel like you might go through it. Like, I'm just letting you know, like, if you really want to talk, like, I'm here, because like, I'm seeing you move around and you ain't really moving like the way whatever. So that opens the door to the conversation, and then I think after that, if it becomes excessive, where it's like every other week you getting your heart broke,
Bro.
Bruh.
then you have one or two choices. Like either let's go to the gym, let's go do something else, let's do something different other than sit here and talk about you wearing your heart on your sleeve, or
Leave Keisha the fuck alone.
there you go. Like if you could have an emotionally honest conversation, maybe you sort of begin to sort of unpack. But why do you keep making this choice? For example, right? Like, well, asking those types of questions. And then, like, if you really on super AP advanced mode, you could be like, have you thought about therapy? Like, not even like, I mean, I'm not even trying to be funny.
You
like,
said
that's
AP
real shit.
advanced mode. That is usually my first suggestion.
Therapy?
Yo,
but what I'm saying is,
And what's the reaction with that? Tell me that most cats
so,
is like, yo, you trying
so-
to play me?
No. So,
you think you funny?
Right. You know what I'm saying? We don't have these spaces.
This is no. So for me, and I can only speak for myself.
Go ahead.
And I've mentioned this before. I've been truly, truly, truly blessed with a circle where I don't have to create or look for.
that's
Right.
emotional maturity.
Right. And then also over time, like when you have these circles, most people have multiple circles of like whatever, like people's roles start to be identified, right? Just naturally. I don't know how this happened to me. Maybe it's because I'm the most vocal, but no, seriously, like I've become the guy that my boys call and be like, yo, fam, I did it, and like on some real stuff. And I'm just like, what? Like people, and elders, like, yo, I want to talk to you about this, and I'm like, how did I get to this point? But it's clearly something that I put out, something of how I carry
listen.
myself or spoke about my relationships.
You listen.
Right. And yes, I am not biased, but I'm that guy in a couple of my groups where it's like they'll call and it's like, this is happening, I'm going through this. So for me, my experience in my circle, those roles haven't been established and that space exists.
But it's clearly a reflection of how you show up.
Yeah.
That's just really what it is. It's how you show up. Do you, Curt, have a model for how you, as a man, dealt with heartbreak?
Well, as someone who's dealt with a lot of grief, I would always tell someone to go through it, right? And what I mean by that is don't try to avoid the feelings
Feel
that you're
your
having.
feelings.
Right, just get through it. And prayerfully, on the other side of that, you'll see some level of growth and maturity about that particular feeling. But yeah, go through it. Right. A lot of people try to avoid that hurt. Just hurt and get over it.
You can't get around it.
Right.
What about you?
Again, therapy. And the reason why I say therapy is because any advice that we could ever provide is only based on our experiences, right? And that's limited. It's
True.
Depending on who you are, like it could be extremely limited, but at the end of the day, it's still limited, right? Our shortcoming is that even when we deal with women, right? How this whole thing about mansplaining, like when women come to vent or explain whatever, we're always just trying to like solutions. And
what's the answer?
Right, but with men, even though we are, sort of like innately solution oriented, when you're in that heartbreak space, you kind of tap into what they would call like your feminine energies. Like, fam, I'm just trying to, I'm not really looking for answers.
Yeah,
and so sometimes that can be confusing coming from another man. Like, bruh, like.
I think that the idea of heartbreak is one that men need to begin to wrap their heads around for so many different reasons. We talk about misogyny in community. We talk about America's increasing emergency around broken men. We talk about the gender wars. All of these things, in many respects, are connected to men and our experiences and not having any sort of real space to process them the way they need to be processed. And that's the thing that I think we have to be aware of. To your point, Curt, not leaning into it, not feeling it, not allowing yourself to feel those feelings, that don't work.
That don't work.
It does not get it done. If you are somebody who is like a listener and you are watching this, like, don't play yourself and be like, who hurt you? It's not cute, it's not funny, it's petty, it's corny.
Right.
Although you may say so in jest, you can't on one level purport to care about the mental health of black men and then like take little shots at them like that. Right? Like at the end of the day, if you feel like you're dealing with a broken man or you feel like you're dealing with a brother who just really hasn't gotten over whatever trauma, pain, grief, shame, guilt that he's dealing with, then it's better maybe just to withdraw yourself from the situation than to like go back and be petty or whatever.
Right.
Because the only thing you're doing is, quite frankly, you're digging a hole that's deeper for the next person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so if you can recognize that they're hurt, instead of sort of like rubbing salt in the wound, I ain't saying you got to heal them. I ain't saying you got to sort of be part of their healing journey. Don't make it worse. Just
Just like,
remove yourself.
you got the wrong number. Let's call somebody else. I ain't the one.